The Last Laugh, based on a true story, The Beginning. About a year ago, over a period of several months, I wrote a foreword, 17 chapters, and a conclusion. My reason for doing this was to one day publish a book. My whole family was involved, with Melissa providing the artistic work for all the chapter headers. The children, who are now young adults, and Melissa also wrote little introductions at the beginning of each chapter, providing their feelings and views of my life as I have dealt with Ataxia over the last 14 years. And as I said, my aspirations were on the publication of a book. Over time, it has become very evident that it would fit better into my current life circumstances to simply post each concurrent chapter on my blog. One of the purposes of writing the book was to get it into the hands of all the people of you who regularly read my blogs. Over the 3+ years that I have been sharing my thoughts with you all, I have been encouraged by several people that I should write a book. And so that's what I did. And I can think of no better way to get that project to you, my friends, than to share it through my blog. And I hope that you enjoyed reading it and listening to it as much as I did writing it. Forward. Life for me began just a little over 52 years ago at my conception. The first 9 months were a time that was marked by several changes, a few too many to mention, and personal growth. And even though it was a very sheltered kind of life for those first 9 months, a lot of very fascinating things and adventures happened to me during this period. But those are stories for another day. However, once I was born, that's when I began to accumulate some very intriguing life experiences. I don't remember much. Okay, I don't remember anything, but I've heard stories and they sounded very absorbing. A full-blown first-hand account of my childhood doesn't really begin to come into focus in my mind's eye until the age of 21. I'm joking, of course. I have small flashes of memories starting at the age of 4 or 5 when I was awarded my first set of eyeglasses. Really, there was fanfare and everything. And they stayed with me until they were gone, somewhere around the age of 18. I will never forget the love-hate relationship that I had with my glasses. For the better part of my childhood and adolescence, I felt naked whenever my glasses were not snugly in position on my face because I had a lazy eye that would not stay straight until it was being encouraged to do so by the prescription lenses. I was very cautious about being seen without them, as I always felt that if someone were to look straight into my face for more than about a half a second, that they might start to wonder if I was a product of inbreeding. Once the muscles around my eye began themselves to go to the gym and work out and build their own muscles up, then they were gradually able to start doing their job again, which was to work towards the goal of keeping things straight. After a time in which the varying strength of lenses were gradually reduced, as the muscles were growing in strength, the glasses were no longer necessary. I guess I should clarify and admit that I had, for the most part, stopped wearing my glasses whenever possible, several years before this. I mean, come on, it was the 80s, and glasses just were not cool, and they were cramping my style, or at least they would have if I had the forethought to even get a style. Besides, they used to fog up something terrible whenever I came inside from the presence of cold, rain, or the mere hint of outside air. My mother at the time, and still my mom by the way, however, remained convinced that this was a rather significant mistake, and that I would someday remember all the special times that I had with my glasses. She liked to remind me that I had formed a friendship and a bond with the spectacles, and that one day I would come to miss this connection, and this would cause me to come crawling back. I have to admit that a small part of Mom's prediction did come true, too, as I discovered around the age of 30 that I actually did begin to miss being referred to as Four Eyes by all my peers. It was such a special feeling. However, that's enough about my glasses. The current writing is supposed to be a book about my experiences and views concerning the time of my life that I spend with the existence and the very real presence of spinal cerebellar ataxia, or SCA for short. You may be a skeptic as you read these words and are doubting the very existence of SCA, but let me assure you right now that SCA is real. Oh yes, it is all too real. In the following few chapters, I will endeavor to spell out exactly to you how ataxia has affected my current life.